So Xixo versus Amnesiac up next. That's a
Multi dogs here.
yeah. So looking at their classes, pretty much the same thing. Just at the end of it, they both have priest, and then it's druid versus mage. First game is going to be shaman up against rogue. Typically shaman's favorite, assuming they're aggro. Although rogue actually has an excellent hand. This is one of those rogue hands that can win an unfavorable matchup because of Edwin Van Cleef there. He can potentially turn to coin backstab Van Cleef. So he might go turn 1 deckhand. There's a few ways to play this. Okay, he passes on 1. He could pass on 1, dagger on 2, and then turn 3 would be the deckhand backstab coin Van Cleef. Do you like that?
Yep, that's what I'm looking at. The deckhand does the same thing on 1 as it does on 3, right? You get to charge it still and remove something.
Now, what about this Jade Claws? You could have played Flame Tongue and kind of pushed more damage. I guess the Jade Claws does buff the Buccaneer. Yeah, okay. It's probably just right.
Oh my, this Edwin. Rogue is so disgusting when they draw Edwin in their opening hand. Like, it's a whole different deck. It is a much stronger beast.
Yeah, so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 3-mana 8/8. 3-mana 8/8s are pretty good. I could see why that would swing a matchup.
You don't see Coin SI come down. You expect to play from your opponent is Coin Tomb Pillager or Edwin. So what's the best thing to put you in a good position against that? And the dog says it's Totem Bowl.
Positioning's a little surprising. I guess the 1/1's going to die to the dagger no matter what, so yeah, it's just correct positioning. Okay, sure.
Here it comes.
You can even Shadow Step with it. Is this a 12/12 Edwin? Oh my god.
This is the aggro rogue deck from Xixo, by the way. We've seen only Miracle Rogue cards, but this is the aggro rogue build, so there's going to be damage drawn after this for sure. Holy smokes.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's a thing. Wait, you could clear the Totem Golem.
Wow, he's just...
Oh, you could hit him in the face, sure.
Yeah. You want to set it up so that you can... It doesn't actually change the clock now, does it? Because the Edwin still has to connect twice for you to win. Or does it? Can you make it so it only has to connect once? That's the trick.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, so then I kind of like trading more.
Yeah, I mean, this'll work.
We got a 12/12. This'll do.
Yeah. You gotta clear 1. You don't want to give too much Flame Tongue value.
Sure.
Clears the smaller one. Weapon draw, quite unfortunate for Dog. He's probably not playing any Hexes in that list, so Edwin just really good.
Yeah. This rogue deck from Xixo, by the way, if it is able to win this game, which, I don't want to call it too early, but looks like it might be able to get there. That's going to be 3-0 on the rogue.
Yeah.
That's
with something new, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Takes a risk on a new deck. Pure profit.
Xixo, great deck builder. I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah.
Does his homework.
Back in the day, ATLC 1, Xixo took a risk when he was on our team on the Secret Paladin before that was released. Holy smokes, his Secret Paladin. Iteration number 1 was not ideal. Definitely not ideal.
Too many secrets. He had like 10.
Yeah, 10 was not the optimal number. But you got to take risks to get rewarded, and Xixo's a really good player because he does that. He's not just going to play what you think the best decks are, the tested best decks for the last week or so. He's going to play the new hot sauce, and he's going to bring it. Even if other people disagree with him, and sometimes it works out and he finishes first place, and other times, it doesn't work out. But if you never try it, you're never going to finish first place.
Yeah, so Xixo here, maybe something like Buccaneer SI7 agent. He's staring down 5 damage, so he would die to 7 from hand.
So there's Overload, right? Overload for 1 because of Jade Claws. So the maximum burst from Dog's hand is Lava Burst plus a Lightning Bolt for 8. So if you can play around that while setting up some way to beat Feral Spirits, then you win. So that is, I think, the key way. Is there any way Xixo can do that? So there's 5, 6, 7 on the board. So he needs to kill the 2/2 and be able to kill Feral Spirits.
If he kills the 2/2 and leaves the other 2 up, he could potentially die to Lava Burst Lightning Bolt, having not seen Dog's hand, right?
So only 5 on the other side, so he would be get 1 after the fact. So if you just play
He's
Buccaneer and SI the 2/2 and then go face with everything,
you're good.
You win.
Yeah.
Unless you have Feral Spirits plus Lightning Bolt, and you trade the 3/4 into the 1/1.
Yeah, no, he's gonna die.
And then after that, you somehow need to, I guess you top deck another Feral Spirits. But yeah, Dog does not have back-to-back Feral Spirits and a Lightning Bolt, so he is not able to stop the wrath of the 12/12.
Yeah, 12/12 on turn 3. That was pretty strong.
Not the Taunt Totem.
Okay, that's nice. And lethal.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't kill your opponent, you gotta kill somebody, right? Like.
That's rogue, man. Sometimes you can make that Edwin happen, and that's pretty cool when your deck has the ability to just auto win like that. It can turn bad matchups into good matchups, and it makes it really strong in blind pick formats because you don't know what your opponent's going to pick, and if you happen to get unlucky and they get a counter pick, sometimes you get lucky.
Edwin.
Yeah, so it makes sense to try and lead with it.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like 20% auto win with having Edwin in your deck, kind of thing, which is an extremely large number.
The most interesting thing of these sort of queues and how they've been breaking down is almost no one has been queuing Shaman first, because I think it's another one of those decks that has those auto win percents like Rogue does, and I guess there's 2 auto win decks, right? There's Rogue and Shaman, and the Shaman beats the Rogue, so no one's been queuing Shaman or Rogue first, and they've sort of been dancing around with like some of the suboptimal classes. And then since they've been doing that the whole time, they've adjusted now in the later rounds in how they've been queuing the decks.
So Xixo has a Reno Mage here, but it's sort of like a freeze Reno Mage. It looks like it should line up well against Reno Lock, right? Like burn damage from hand is a powerful thing to have against Reno Lock.
Yeah, as soon as you start seeing Ice Lance and Archmage for that matter, it's the burn version, and the burn version is sick against Reno Lock. You can really pack a punch, get them in weird situations.
When I first saw Xixo's opening hand, I thought it was Freeze Mage, but then I saw that Mixtress and the brand, and I was like, yeah, Reno.
Yeah, I've been really loving this sort of, style of Reno Mage. One of the downsides is you do kind of get smashed in the mirror, because they run pure value and you're trying to kill them, and you're not going to kill them. That doesn't happen. So in the Reno Mage mirror, when they have Ice Block plus Reno, you get the guaranteed super value out of Reno. So you have to get through 60 points of health. But Reno Warlock, they don't have Ice Block. So that means you can actually threaten to kill them, and the threaten to kill them forces Reno to only get 15 points of heal rather than 29 points of heal, which is huge for any sort of burnout kind of deck, because you get to preserve that much more of your firepower for after they Reno.
Okay, I like that. And tap Ooze, Dog just playing for pressure. Xixo used a Fireball defensively there. He figures that the time he buys from killing a 4/7 is going to buy him more than 6 damage worth from the Fireball.
Yeah, the Fireball is not actually part of the killing them combo. The main killing them combo is generating a lot of Fireballs off of Antonitus, usually like 5 or 6, and then Alexing them, and then they have to Reno, and then you just launch all 6 Fireballs at them over a couple turns.
Okay. So that's a big long setup. This is not a quick game we're looking for.
Oh no, it's a Reno versus Reno game. It's gonna take some time. But yeah, it's a cute little macro line. You can get them.
So this Doomsayer, this Imp Gang boss on Dog's side of the board, will make the Resurrect mode on a potential Kazakus potion weaker.
Yeah, the Resurrect mode is the best mode for establishing pressure, but he really needs to establish tempo first, so that's why he goes for it. If he can get the Fireball's out of the way, so if he can get this to stick, and he can get the Shambler down on this Abyssal Enforcer, it's going to be absolutely huge for being able to really pressure this mage.
Look at that, Dog's Hellfire can attack for 6 next turn. And Kazakus Damn. Oh, freeze the enemy. Yeah, I imagine he took 1 to get the freeze. No, oh, he did not. He took 3 damage.
He's taken
I'm
1
confused.
to get the Antonitis value. So
Okay.
You don't run enough 1-mana spells to make 6 fireballs, but you can brand Kazakis to get 2 additional 1-mana spells. If you get this matchup, then you can make 6 fireballs.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a long setup. But I mean, it works.
The deal 3 mode seems good. I don't know. With Anthonitis.
Oh yeah, punch him in the face. He's got
No, he doesn't like it.
Taking the freeze right now, and he's trying to stick the brand, I guess. Interesting.
The brand doesn't actually do anything when it sticks, but it might just inconvenience Dog a lot. Like, Dog doesn't know that. He might go way out of his way to kill it with, like, a Blast Crystal Potion or a Twisting Nether. Probably not.
I think he's just going to probably let it ride.
Yeah. But that's kind of what Xixo is thinking, right? This brand
Wow.
does get Blast Crystal Potion.
It pays off for Xixo taking the gamble there.
9 mana. He could ping his Acolyte and have 4 mana to work with. Kind of don't want to Frost Nova this board.
I like maybe just a nice little Blizzard here and drop an Acolyte of Pain. Set up for that clean Flame Strike.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
The Blizzard play is cool.
Wow. Yeah, and so Dog's going to be thinking about Flame Strike for sure, and whatever play you can do here to try and position the best around Flame Strike, which not many great ones. Not many great ones, that's for sure.
Farseer helps a lot, right?
Sure. Yeah, I like Farseer here.
Get your funnel cakes here.
Maybe coin it out.
No.
Gonna hold on to that coin. Doesn't care about Flame Strike that much.
Well, Flame Strike ping, push 4 chip damage. Seems like a good turn.
Yeah.
You ever ping your own Acolyte instead? Yeah, that's probably better. You ping your Acolyte, Flame Strike, trade the Acolyte into the Refreshment Vendor. Push 3 chip damage instead of 4.
I like pushing the 4. How is your opponent answering this Acolyte cleanly?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hellfire Mortal Coil just doesn't deal with the Xixo, huh? That health buff's surprisingly efficient. Surprisingly relevant.
The crazy tempo of the health buff. I don't think anybody except Xixo was making that play with the health buff.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole Antonitis game plan and taking 1 spells off Kazakis instead of the 5 or the 10.
That's actually
insane.
It's like a common trend you see amongst the greatest players is they'll have these long-term game plans, but then they'll find the spots where they deviate from the long-term game plan and instead play for the tempo, the strong play right now that's awkward for the opponent to deal with right now. Right? Like, a lot of players are aware of these long-term game plans. It takes a really great player to identify the time to deviate from it. Another instance of this would be like with Malagos Druid, using your Moonfire for tempo, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the Acolyte is answered with only getting 1 draw, so a little bit punished for the way he played that one out, but the timely Emperor there from Dog, he was pretty close to dead with that Frostbolt pickup from Xixo.
He's still looking pretty close to dead. This Emperor coming down on Xixo's side is so strong. Emperor, Frostbolt, Iceland.
Going to the huge tempo play.
Yeah, this Kazakis is sick.
And he doesn't even need
Antonitis is sick.
That much damage. We've seen the Refreshment Vendor, so that's 4 heal out of the way. Do we see Mistress? I think Mistress of Mixtures traded with Mistress of Mixtures early on in this game, right? So
yeah,
that's out of the way. So there's really only Earthen Ring and Siphon Soul left for the healing for Dog, which is
there's also Kazakis. His Grand Kazakis can get a bunch of armor.
Oh, sure.
But he's got to deal with the Emperor first.
I always forget about the Brand Kazakis.
Yeah, it's a new one, right?
Yeah, the armor gain. So he may still need to make a lot of fireballs. He has the ability to make a few right now. You know, you're looking at it, you can make 4. But 4 fireballs may not be enough.
So many fireballs.
And you get a 5th one from the Roaring Torch in your deck, and you get another 3 from the Forgotten Torch. So you're looking at 31 potential out of Xixo currently if he only goes for 4 fireballs. And he's got a Firelands portal, so that's 36 potential. Dog can still out armor that.
Just twisting Nether on an Emperor feels bad.
Well, I think you're gonna read that he does not have great ways to answer a single target at the moment.
Yeah. So you might play an Archmage Antonidas, which was the play anyways.
Yeah. Oh, that does 3 damage too. I didn't even add that in my calculation. He's got a lot of it. He's got 39 total after making all of these fireballs. It's gonna be interesting if he decides to make the Frost Noble Fireball or not. I personally enjoy it.
Does this set up lethal? Yeah,
Well,
I like Frost.
Takes a few turns, but
No,
yeah.
Well, it's really important that it's not lethal instantly because Dog kind of needs to use his whole turn to deal with the Antonidas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting Dog to Reno so early is absolutely nuts. The pressure that 1 mana potion put on, I can't stress it enough.
There's 2 ways to do this. There's Sylvanas PO or Sylvanas Shadow Flame. If you Sylvanas PO, you can squeeze in the Farseer, but then you're not getting Farseer value with your brand. So, Sylvanas PO steals a healthier Antonidas.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it pulls a Fireball, your opponent has a lot less burn.
Yeah.
You're removing, 6 burn from their deck, and their deck already pretty low on the burn. And if Xixo looks like he has a big hand here because he's got 4 fireballs in it, but he really only has 2 other cards, so he doesn't have a lot of options with what he can do. He can just kill Dog's things forever, so he doesn't have proactive things in his hand,
Yeah. So he has the... You could Fireball Ping Face, sets up the double Fireball lethal, and then the rest of your turn...
Yeah.
You could just kill Antonidas and not set up lethal, bluff it. Okay. He's just committing. He's just like, I'm gonna kill you through heals that are not Reno.
And you're looking at Brand Kazakis into double 1s for
yeah, gain 8 armor.
Thing.
Yeah, it's gain armor on both of them. That's gain 4 armor. This is, I don't know. He has to gain 4 armor again off another 1 mana potion to survive the fireballs that he knows exist.
Mm-hmm.
So he bricked this time. He's dead, right?
He's dead, he bricked. Man. If he would have got it though, he would have gained 2 fireballs and set up a pop anyway.
Yeah, would have been cool.
Unable to get there though. So if he had got it, he would have been at 15. Xixo's got 13, and a Forgotten Torch in the deck that he would have had to find.
Just concedes. He knows. It's just not a secret that Xixo has those fireballs off of Antonidas for lethal.
Yeah, Rage HS played a very similar version of Reno Mage with the Ice Lance and whatnot. Got top 10 Legend for a little while there, but not too many people have caught on to that version. Most people still play in the Life Coach version that is more of the kind of take you to fatigue, heal out, and use Medivh the Guardian. So I personally, though, I'm in love with the Antonidas win condition. I just love fireballs, and making 6 of them just feels awesome. And Kazakis 1 mana potions into Emperor discount into 6 or 7 fireballs is so nutty and cool.
Yeah, it is. That is awesome. It's one of those decks that the more it sees play, the worse it's going to get as people learn how to deal with it and what to expect from it and how to play around it and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, speaking of that exact thing, just the deck getting worse the more people know how to play it. Rage, tanked from top 10 to like 800 recently, so it's already happening.
Yeah, it happens real quick. As soon as the deck list gets out, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. But man, when they didn't expect that Ice Lance coming out, as soon as they saw Loot Hoarder, it was pretty good. He got a lot of burst in there.
So Dog does not coin the Swashbuckler. It's just a terrible play. It plays into something like Coin Maelstrom Portal. It's just not getting enough value out of the coin. The coins, you want something much more impactful than just getting a 1/1 in play a turn sooner.
Yeah, he's looking to try and make Edwin or something happen there, but Xixo is not playing Face Shaman. We've seen that previously he is playing the mid-range variant of Shaman. He's setting up to remove the Buccaneer instead of going for the Coin Jade Claws. Because Coin Jade Claws, he doesn't have any follow-up. This way, he has to cleanly develop a Totem Golem against a 1/1. So
He kind of has follow-up with Coin Jade Claws. You could Coin Jade Claws the Buccaneer into swinging into the Patches plus developing the Spirit Claws on 2.
Yeah. I mean, you develop a 1/1 that way and a 2/2 weapon. I think a 3/4 is stronger on the board.
Yep, that is true.
3/4 is going to get answered here quite efficiently. Ooh.
Bloodlust and Rogue's pretty bad. They do a bad job of sucking me. It's like a horrible Cold Blood, right, for Rogue. It's funny how Cold Blood fits Rogue and Bloodlust fits Shaman.
Depends if you run Conceal.
Okay. I think even with like Lightning Storm, you know, it's a thing.
You conceal 2 4/4s, and they are dead.
Yeah. A lot of times they die without the Bloodlust in that scenario.
Good. Let's kill them more.
Okay.
It's not a bad one to do, is what I'm saying, you know?
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of worse ones.
Mm-hmm.
Synergies with Leroy and Counterfeit Coin. Yeah,
The old Leroy Bloodlust coin into Cold Blood.
the one you really want is Wind Fury. Now that one plays really well with your Leroy and your Cold Bloods.
Yeah, that is a crazy card in Rogue.
It's a good example of a bad card, Wind Fury, becoming good in the right circumstance with the Rogues.
Rogue would play Wind Fury.
Oh yes, they would
No doubt.
win a lot.
Yeah.
Because they've played Faceless Manipulator, which is a really bad Wind Fury.
Yeah, 5 mana Wind Fury.
It can't be prepped.
Yeah. Imagine all the silly Leroy prep Wind Fury deaths that would happen. Oh, that'd be tilting.
Yeah, this is a good Jade Lightning turn.
Oh yeah. The amount of Jade Lightnings that have killed Azure Drakes in Hearthstone to date has got to be in the millions. It happens too often. I feel bad for the Azure Drakes.
I want to see that stat. How many millions of Azure Drakes have died to Jade Lightning so far?
It's up there, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've killed a lot of Azure Drakes and Jade Lightnings myself. I'm contributing to the cause.
The cause.
Well, he could gadget this turn. Seems better than passing. It's not great. You gonna coin Cold Blood prep something?
Seems to be the line. Ooh, backstab.
Ah, that's nice.
Yeah. Hopefully he finds Conceal for his sake.
Interesting. He values killing the Wrath of Air Totem because if he conceals the gadget, then he's trying to cut off the Lightning Storm Maelstrom portal outs.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna hold on to the damage, it looks like, which makes sense when your opponent is at 15. If he's able to just find and eviscerate, he's got enough gas to close this game out, which I think really incentivizes the gadget play here. A lot of times against mid-range Shaman, you can hold gadget for more value, get a guaranteed cycle that's cleaner instead of having to, you know, coin nothing basically and prep nothing, like risking things and using sap on a really crummy target for sap. It's heavily influenced by the fact that Xixo's at 15 life and you have Leroy Cold Blood in hand.
Yep. 12. So close. Needs a conceal or something. Doesn't take too much. So if you Thalnos SI dagger his face...
Well, you could just clear everything except the Flame Tongue, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find ways to set up lethal.
He's going for the coin here instead of daggering the 4-1. Interesting.
Well, the coin combos with Leroy and Bloodlust. I don't think that's what he's going for. Yeah, the Tomb Pillager, it does seem like Thalnos SI Dagger seemed a little better.
Mm-hmm. You get a cycle to Thalnos. Board position is a 1/1 stronger, but this way you get a coin in your hand, which makes top decks like Gadgetzan better.
See, this is just one of the things that annoys me a little bit about Hearthstone. Aya spawns the minion right next to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Patches spawns on the far right. I guess it's because
Patches comes from your deck. It shoots out of a cannon. It's
Okay,
a totally different thing.
You know what? You're right. Sure.
Now, if the Aya minion said spawn from your deck and shot out of the cannon,
Yeah.
yeah, then it'd come from
it'd be on
the
the
right
far
side. Yeah, but it spawns from the Aya.
Okay.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. I apologize. So what's the play here?
Well, the 3/3 stuck. You can just Bloodlust in the face, set up some lethal.
Heck yeah. Bloodlust them for 3.
And the great thing about this play too, you set him dead to eviscerate. So whenever you find that card, You just got him.
Yeah, like that a lot. It's got Downless Fan and Nice. Ooh, so how much is this? 10, 12, not even, yeah.
Yeah. Even with Taunt Totem, he gets destroyed by the Thalnos Fan to remove the Taunt Totem and then coin Leroy.
So Xixo is trying to set up lethal while being very defensive with the thing from below.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. He's got Rag Lightning Bolt next turn, so Xixo has set up lethal, and Dog needs to find a way to close it, and doesn't have it right now.
I can draw it off this Fan of Knives. He's thinking about whether he plays Questing first. He could Fan of Knives into like more card draw, like Gadget, and then coin prep Eviscerate.
Phantom Knives could also hit Sap for lethal if you don't play the Thalnos or the Questing.
Okay,
He's just going for lethal this turn rather than trying to do a stabilization play.
I like it. Uh-oh.
Could have also went some sort of Leroy fan play. No, that just throws away your win.
Okay, so if he Questing, Coin, Edwin, Conceal, that could eat a Rag shot. Does that ever save his life? 12, 18, 23.
21.
No, he's dead.
Oh, with the weapon, yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's just dead to the lightning bolt. He could have went potentially, Leroy the taunt there and Phantom Knives away the whelps. That takes his only out on the immediate the Eviscerate, but it gives you 2 draws for it. He has 1 Eviscerate, 1 Sap left.
The Brotherhood shall come.
Yeah. I mean, it's slightly higher odds if you live, but you also have the risk of dying.
Yeah, and the line you were playing misses the Sap Lethal, right? Or...
It misses the Sap Lethal, but you get 2 draws at the other lethal. I don't know.
Wow.
The mid-range Shaman showing its dominance. Xixo showing his dominance. The 3-0 victory over Dog.
Wow.
Wow. He won a lot of unfavorable matchups in that situation, too. He was able to win the Rogue against Aggro Shaman and mid-range Shaman against Rogue, both of which I'd say are, unfavorable from Xixo's side. So pretty sweet, able to just handle himself in unfavorable matchups and figure out win conditions and take care of business.
Yeah, well done to Xixo. He was kind of predicted to be the winner from the start of the bracket, I think, by both of us to an extent.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting him to win this dominantly. There were a lot of 3-0 and 3-1s so far. Like this tournament has not